Beast. Come on with me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, Tinkham. Hey, Tinkham, come on. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's chat on YouTube. The Undisputed King of Black Masculinity comes through. The Beast. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let's get some of y'all in here so we can get this conversation started this morning so I can give you all this sauce. Being important that I give you the things that only I can give you. As a black man in America, I bring y'all the realest, most sincere content that you can possibly get. You're very, very fortunate to have me in this space. Congratulations. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the chat. See the thumbnail. Hit the like. Wipe your feet when you come in somebody's house. You know, chat, I took a time. It took me a while to really truly understand what life was really about. Truly did. It took me a while to be able to be an independent thinker, a man who sees the world for what it is and not for what I wish it to be. So often in life, you see things and you're not understanding why, right? And you have no idea how insidious and cold and calculating people are. You don't really understand what's going on. Years ago, y'all, when I was first in prison, one of my big homies told me the signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. I never forgot that, chat. He said, awesome. Signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. It took me years to be able to absorb that in a real way. It took me years, chat. Once I was able to see the world for exactly what it is, not for what I want it to be, things opened up. And so I bring to y'all some things today. And I want you to pay attention, right? Because you see the thumbnail. And if y'all are not familiar with it, that is a picture of Mike Tyson. That is a picture of Mike Tyson before a bout against a guy, what was his name, Jake Paul. They were interviewing him in the locker room, asking Mike what was his thoughts and so forth and so on. And then Mike turns around and walks away, and that is his buttocks exposed. Now, when it first happened, the internet was, going crazy. But not for the correct reasons. Appreciate you being the light. What y'all didn't understand was why. Why would a hero to us in the black community, because a lot of us follow athletes and entertainers, unfortunately, right? As much as I tell y'all not to, you still do it anyway. We see Mike Tyson as a symbol of strength in the black community. We see him as resilient, strong, tough, absolutely masculine. This is how we in the black community view him. White people, Europeans, view him as a spectacle, an animal. They view him same way a lot of times they viewed me when I was in prison and stuff like that. They view a lot of us like that. Cattle, a commodity, something to be bought and sold at their leisure, right? The only man that they truly fear is a man that they cannot control. That is a man that they fear. They never fear someone who only has athletic prowess. They fear a man that they cannot control. Chad, my question becomes, why do you think he decided that that was okay? Why do y'all think the vaunted, strong, Iron Mike Tyson decided that walking out to a stage with his ass out was a good idea? Why do y'all think that? Why do y'all think that? There's going to be some weak black men that are going to come on here and try to justify it, right? There's going to be, throughout the day, y'all, you're going to have this. You're going to have a bunch of weak black men who are going to come on here and try to justify this behavior. They're going to say, Mike Tyson could beat your ass. Mike Tyson will knock you out. Mike Tyson is a man. He came out like that because, you know, he's so secure in his manhood that he could do that. This is a weak, buck broken black man. And a lot of some black women are going to say that shit too. You're going to have this. This is going to happen, y'all. You're going to appreciate the hearts. You're going to have that. Right? So because he can fight, that means he's beyond reproach. Right? I want you to know something. Why they specifically used him. It's the same way they used James Evans. I gave y'all a picture. One day, I was hustling, and I came in late. Couldn't find nothing to watch on TV. And so what do? I put on 2.5 Men. There's an episode of 2.5 Men where James Evans, who from Good Times, was gay. And not only was he gay, he was the girl gay member in the gay to a white man, right? Why did they use him? Why that role? Why then? They want to destroy the black male image. If you're too stupid to see that, then it's because you just simply don't wish to see it. Now, I don't give a fuck if you don't want to see it or not. Doesn't really matter to me. Fuck you. I'm talking to the people who I can help and the black men who understand these things or wish to understand them with a clear, sober mind. Right? Not some fuckboy entertainment mind of no athlete should be able to, you shouldn't be able to say anything about these individuals. Y'all, I'm boiling a little water for some coffee. I want a coffee pot again, but we just moved in here, y'all. So at some point in time, hopefully I'll get one. Right now it's instant. It is 6:06 a.m. as the beast begins to cook. Yeah. So often, unfortunately, in our community, our lives and our image is shaped through these individuals. Right? Now, some of y'all will say, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Beast. This was a show of him being a gladiator. This is how he wanted to come into the ring. Two men meeting on some sort of a sacred battle. This is what y'all want to think, right? So then my question becomes this. If that was the case, why didn't Jake Paul do it? I don't hear you. Somebody got to help me out. If what you're saying is true, why didn't Jake Paul do it? Why didn't Jake Paul come out with his ass half out? Why didn't a white man come out with his ass half out? Why just Mike Tyson? Why? So it's only okay for him to do it, yet not him? As usual, the lovely, and absolutely appreciated Mrs. Sanford has answered. Shout out to you, Mrs. Sanford. As I go through things that only I have the guts to go through. Right? Because so many of these black men are buck broken. So they need me. So congratulations, Mark. You got it. Yes, Miss Sanford, looks humiliation to me. This is absolutely a humiliation tactic. Right. Now, a lot of people are going to make an excuse for it. You got a lot of people going to make excuses for this, Miss Sanford. They made excuses for it. And I had been saw this. This is obviously months ago. But I saved certain things till the time is right, until I believe it's time to address it. Miss Sanford, why? The question is, not only him, but why? Timing. Well, they know what? He needs the money now, right? Why else would a white boy who doesn't even have a really true professional record think that he can get in the ring with Mike? He would have gotten in the ring with Mike Tyson 20 years ago. Even 15. Hell, low key, even 10. Mike's 57. He needs the money, right? What can we get him to do? How far can we get him to embarrass himself? But this is also to you black men. If he can do it, you should be able to do it. Mike Tyson is the epitome of masculinity and strength to the black community. You see that? Go ahead, embarrass yourself. Let your ass hang out like a fucking idiot. Go ahead, it's okay. Take these shekels we're going to put in your pocket. Do you see? The race to feminize black men, is as real and sincere as I said. But you don't want to see it because you don't want to see the truth, which is fine with me. I bet you can't prove me wrong, though. Shout out to Mrs. Jasmine Hubert. Hello, Mrs. Hubert. How you doing? Grand rising to you, ladies. Appreciate you getting the light. I want you all to understand how real and sincere these things are and pay attention to what is being pushed to you. You black men better open your eyes. Black men that better open your eyes and get real. They don't want you to rise up and be the men that you were born to be and be who you should be. And when I say they, it is white America. Specifically the British, Anglo-Saxons. And a bunch of broken black people. These black women want you walking behind them like lapdogs. A lot of them. They don't want you to be men. They want you to pick and choose. They want to pick and choose when you can be a man. You have no guts. And they knew that he could be used. They knew he needed that money, y'all. What grown man would think it's okay to walk outside with his ass out? Specifically, someone with that sort of strength. He wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have done it. He would never have done it years ago. They want to break us. You break the image, then you break your enemy. They know that. You have to break the image. They will continuously try to do it. And they will continuously push it because they want to see black men never rise up to be who they was born, or who they were born to be, who they could be. You're weak. And when a black man like me tells you so, you're afraid to hear it. You say something is wrong with me. Ain't shit wrong with me. None at all. Well, in this regard. Shout out to Miss Jasmine. I'm great. Another day above ground. So it's good to see my sister. I'm glad to hear that. Shout out to Miss Sanford. Amen. That is because they know our black men has king juice in their DNA. They are afraid. And this is coming from a woman who is married to a white man. She loves her husband. She knows what's inside her. She's not butt broken. She loves the man who loves her. She saw greatness in him. And there you have it. She's not with him thinking she with her white king. And she lifted him up just because of his whiteness. She lifted him up because he was a man. That's my sister. I support her 1,000%. Shout out to Cook. Good to see my dog Cook. My dog Tariq. Tariq. Shout out to Tariq, man. Tariq, I hope you're really starting to understand these things, Tariq. I really want you as a young black man to really truly pay attention to the imagery that they push at us. Because it is only for us. If it and like I say, Mrs. Sanford, if it was true that it was supposed to be some sort of a gladiator thing, why not have both men do it? Why just Mike? Because you have to destroy his image. Now they will never say these things, y'all. They will never say these things out loud, right? That's not like I think Miss Sanford, people think that because there wasn't a memo that went around, right? You know what I'm saying? And like, destroy the image of black men. And a bunch of companies and people just checked it off that were white. Okay, good idea. You know what I'm saying? And it was passed around, and all of a sudden that makes anything I'm saying less valuable because they don't see it. They didn't see the memo. But yet all of the evidence is there, yet they don't see the memo. They didn't get that. They want to destroy your image because they know if they break your image, then you can never rise up to be anything anyway. They know it. Your image is terrible. They know it. You have black women coming out in ways they never came out previously, talking about how they wish to date white men. These same women, Mr. Sanford, don't understand what it takes to date one, right? They don't know that they can't play them same games, them Shaquisha games with him. They don't know that. You know that. They don't know that, right? I told you. They think that they can just get out here and do what they want to do because, and then they're begging these men to be with them, yet they won't. Yet these are the same women that think that they're too good to be with an average black man, right? Because they deserve better. As if he's going to treat them better. Some of y'all are very, very stupid. Very, very stupid. Nobody's going to treat you better. Nobody's going to treat you better. There is not a situation. If you're going to be treated better, it's going to be by somebody that looks like you. But nobody's going to treat you better because they're from a different race. That's men and women. That's not going to happen. And as soon as you put yourself in that position, you already toast. Because you don't see the world for what it is. You know, Chad, when he came out with his ass out, when he came out, I'll never forget it, Chad. I think I saw it live. I think I was watching, I think I saw the interview live, and then I was like, man, I'm not watching this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I realized how important it is to destroy the black male image. They're always hunting our image. How do we see ourselves? How does the world see us? You gotta destroy it. And they know it. Shout out to Jasmine. And if they can't destroy you, they want to destroy how others view you. It's horrible. They put us down, but it's rarely ever with facts. There's smart sisters in here. 100% correct. 100% correct. And to discredit true strength, you offset it with this and say, you know what, hey, you got to be strong to do this. Mike Tyson's strong. Look at him. This is how they justify this shit, y'all. This is, Mike Tyson can do it, but you're not Mike Tyson, right? But it's okay for you to walk around. And it's not just him, y'all. This happens often. This happens in several different ways. We saw the baby with a woman's church hat on at some type of red carpet event. Mrs. Sanford. Mm-hmm. He had on a woman's church hat. Somebody looked up, I think he said it happens like $400 or something like that. Him. Any black man they can get to who we see as in a position of strength, they have to do something to make it seem and make it known. He get out. He'll buck. He'll fold. You see, it's okay. And so because we put so much effort into these people. We put so much effort and time into our athletes and entertainers, and we let them shape our image. This is why I say, don't listen to these people, Mrs. Sanford. Don't listen to these people. Shout out to Miss Sanford. How's your morning going? You got your morning coffee? The beats is up. Y'all had to take trash out. Trash day, Thursday. Well, I took it out last night, but I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, everything was out there. And y'all know how it is when you miss trash day. Oh, God, man. Listen, if you ever miss trash day, it is absolutely your whole day starts off wrong, because now your trash is bagged up. You know what I mean? So now you got to figure out how to get rid of it and so forth and so on. So, men, take your trash out at night. Take your trash out. Your women should never be taking trash out. Take your trash out. Make sure your trash is where it's supposed to be in the evening. That way you're not rushing around in the morning trying to figure it out. Because generally speaking, a lot of you all trash are just going to be picked up before you can take off for work. That's generally how that's going to go, unless you just are early, you know, you got to be on the road even earlier. But generally speaking, y'all, trash is probably picked up about maybe between, I don't know, 5 and 7:30-ish. You know what I'm saying? But you know, depending on where you are in their route, I guess it's always, you know, but you see my point. But make sure your trash is out. Make sure you get your trash out. Mm-hmm. Y'all, somebody has to fight this stuff, Miss Sanford. And I believe, I don't believe, I know my Creator wants me to do it. Because if not me, who? Who can I trust to do? Who can I trust to give good information to my people? Who? Because these people are all bought and paid for. All their entire mission is to keep black men in a position where we can never truly rise up. And we will take any amount of money, the overwhelming majority of us, if you put a couple dollars in our pocket, you put a couple shekels in our pocket, we're okay. Anything I ever did, Miss Sanford, it's never about money itself. I always wanted power. I always wanted access. It's never about money. I've always been after something so much more. Shout out to Miss Sanford. They used our first black president to promote LGBTQ at the White House. Yes, they did. That's a great point. That's a great point. That's an entire. Ooh, we could do a 3-hour live on that. Yes, he absolutely did. But it all ties in. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Black people voted him in twice, and black people got nothing. LGBTQ got on though. Sure did. But I will say something about this Miss Sanford. I don't know how you fairly new. I will tell you something about them that I truly respect. And I did a video about this way back. I respect how they use their leverage Boy, oh boy, they know how to flex their muscle, don't they? The black community can take a page out of that book. They know how to get things done. You ain't gonna play with them. Nope. They know how to flex. They know how to use the court system. They know how to make you squirm. Yeah. They do. Now, not me, because I'm stupid, but you see my point. Right? When you in those platforms, you ain't gonna say nothing. You don't see nobody making no waves about them folk. Nope. They smart. Shout out to Miss Sanford. They use Jay-Z to get us to promote NFL. They also use Jay-Z to get us to start back shopping at Target. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Target part. I think Miss Sanford, one of the things I want to say this because a lot of people don't understand the difference between access and that like having a seat at the table and like the difference between power and position. A lot of our people don't understand that because we've been deprived of so much for so long that any position seems like power. Well, both of them start with P's, however, they're not the same. A lot of black people have position, but they don't have power. That is the difference between people who make things happen and people. There's a difference between people who make things happen, who can make things happen, who have that sort of juice, that sort of cachet, and people who sit back and get told what to do. I'll give you an example, Miss Sanford. When I was in Atlanta, I thought, when I moved to Atlanta with my daughter, Tariq, I swear to God, I thought black people ran Atlanta. I did. I was under the impression that black people had so much juice in Atlanta that if a man comes down there with his head on right, he can find himself in some good spaces to be able to make some decent money to take care of myself and take care of my daughter, right? That's what I thought. Boy, I was wrong. I didn't realize that what I said was true, even in Atlanta. Yes, black people have position in Atlanta, but they still don't have power. Power, y'all, is the ability to control your own destiny. Who's the movers and the shakers? Y'all, every time I went to go buy something that I needed, it was never from somebody that looked like me, unless I needed something to eat. Like at a Jamaican restaurant. They may eat, you know what I'm saying? You know, they wasn't even, you know what I mean? They don't even consider themselves black. But y'all, I meant like sofas. I meant like y'all, the things that I need, the things that most things a community needs to keep going. They weren't owned by black people. They weren't. And I'd be saying lying to y'all if I told y'all they were. I'd be lying to y'all if I told y'all that they were. They weren't. And if you've been to Atlanta, you know I'm not lying. Yes, you see more black police officers. They have black mayors. You're going to have some black CEOs. Listen, if you're an athlete, an entertainer, or something like that, you know, you're doing pretty well there. You're a gay black man, you're definitely going to win. You know, a heterosexual black man moving there with no infrastructure, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Shout out to Twyla. Black folks were boycotting Target and Jay-Z exclusively sells his albums. I did not know that, Miss Sanford. I did not. I bought a Jay-Z album quite some time. I did not know that. Thank you for that information. Shout out to Cook. Not trying to be funny, but to be the first black president, all he did was give us a cell phone that you couldn't play snake bricks on it. He still could have worked with us. He did what they wanted. Right. Well, you gotta understand something, Cook. A toothless tiger. A tiger is not dangerous, y'all, if a tiger has no claws and has no fangs, what is it? Hell, I can let Gizmo play with it. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And position, y'all, because we don't understand the difference between position and power. Cook, this is the major thing that we have to start to connect. Just because somebody has position, do they have power? Power, Cook, is being able to. I call you, Cook. What's up? Yeah, what up, though, man? Deuce, what's up? And good to see you, man. Hey, listen, Cook, I got a guy, man. Need some opportunities, man. Can I send him over to you? Yeah, send him over, man. We got something for him. Hey, go see my man Cook. He'll take care of you. Power, access. Oh God, y'all. It's the last thing. Miss Sanford, look at this happening. I don't want this early. That's pumpkin. All right, pumpkin. Position. The difference between position and power, Chad. Oh God, puppy butt. Shout out to my dog Lusky. What it do, Ski? Oh God. But puppy. I was having a good conversation. Then the gizmo got involved. Oh, Miss Sanford, don't make it worse. Yeah, Timmy, she got a Mexican show. Yes, pumpkin. Who knows those days? What, puppy? Daddy's trying to do something. So my dog Lusky, what it do? It's good to see my brother in here. Lusky, you see the thumbnail? Why you think Mike Tyson had his tail feather out? Why did he have his tail feather out, Lusky? Yes, pumpkin. Yes. Yes, Miss Sanford, I did. Yes, I did. Did you send me something? Yes. Did I miss something? Did I need to check my junk? Sometimes I don't check my junk. What, pumpkin? Let me see. I don't see. I ain't see no that happened. Not my time. Yep, Mooski happened. Yep, it happened during the Jake Paul fight. It's our last boy. Yes. Okay, Miss Sanford, I'm gonna have to see it again. I know I did not see any. Let me go look right now. Sutter Creek, we are effed up. We don't have any ammunition stores, grocery stores. We don't have any land to farm to plant food. No land. We don't own any gas stations. We are effed up. Yes, Cook. Yes. Everything you said is 1,000% true. The people that have been in position, they have sold us out. They have made sure that they got theirs. They needed us to get to where they got. But then when they got theirs, it was a wrap. You don't see these people coming into the room and say, hey, we need to put, you know what I'm saying, our people in position. They're not doing that. They're not going to do it. So we have to do it for ourselves. And that's just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Everything you said, Tariq, is 100% correct. Everything you said, we don't own anything. That's why I laugh at these people that keep talking about we have so much in the black community, black women making so much money. We have 2.5% of the wealth over. If this is a pie, y'all, this is the wealth that we have on that pie chart. All of this belongs to other races and communities. But yet we want to continue to talk about we have so much. It's all cap. It's all cap. Shout out to my girl, Dominique. She's showing the way. She just got back in from the Sugar Shack last night. Shout out to Dominique. Yes, Lusky, the important thing, Jake Paul fight was immediate. Yes, 100% Lusky. They wanted him to, and people have made 1,000 excuses about it. They would always say, well, Beast, this is what it was about. It was about two guys being warriors and meeting. I said, why didn't both of them do it then? They want us to always. They want us to always stand. They want us, specifically us, black men. They want us to think that this behavior is okay. That Mark should have even been in the opportunity, had the opportunity to be in the ring with him, y'all. Jake Paul should have never even had the opportunity to be in the ring with him. How can you share space with him? But they put a couple dollars in his pocket. Might need the money. Hey, this is what happens. This is what happens when we put these athletes and entertainers on pedestals, y'all. They're gonna let us down. And that's all they've ever done. These guys are not Ali. These guys are not Muhammad Ali. We have to stop trying to prop these people up. These guys are fake activists. You gotta have some skin in the game. You gotta be willing to lose something. Other than that, don't come talking to me. Shout out to Miss Sanford. Younger generations are selling all family-owned property that's been in the family for generations. Oh wow. Have you noticed that, Mrs. Sanford? Now, I did see that the Bus family sold the Lakers, and then they just got sold again. But I don't think you meant it. I think that was like they had like 10, 12 billion, something like that. More money than, astronomically we can compute a lot of times. Maluski, a black man that's a legend getting beat up by a blonde-haired white boy. Yes, and here go the thing. Maluski, he should never, listen, he could, if Mike would have caught him 10 years ago, he'd have knocked his block off. Mike just didn't have the legs. Couldn't explode. Shout out to Miss Jasmine. What's your viewpoint on Carissa Shields? Not particularly a fan. Don't like masculine black women. I think she talks too much. And I don't think she's that good, truth be told. I'll tell you something, Miss Hubert. People don't know this. There's a white woman out of West Virginia. That the best white woman that I ever saw. What was her name? Christy Martin. Nah, they was in different divisions, but I think she was the best I think she was the best female boxer I ever saw. Christy Martin was knocking stuff loose. It's got to be honest. Carissa Shields has no power, and she's a lot of times she's all mouth. Women's boxing is. She's been able to make a living at it. I'm not mad at that, but she's not somebody I want to see. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to see her. And I stop thinking about it. Get my fangs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a huge proponent of that. And in this social media era, y'all, people like to tell us how great they are. You don't really have to prove anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to prove anything. All you have to do is tell us over and over again on social media, social engineering, and we'll continuously buy it. But no, I'm not overly impressed with her. I think she talks too much. Like a lot of these people, this social media era is just so corny for real. There used to be a time, y'all, you did your talking. Fighters did their talking with their hands. They didn't have to try to convince us of anything. We're going to get in the ring. We're going to settle it. That's just the bottom line. So be it. Shout out my dog. Shout out my dog, OG Kicks. My dog, OG Kicks. Yes, I agree. I think she's average at best and gets way too much. She gets a lot of attention that people, because we're so starved for anything. Anything that looks like something we'll accept. Yes, she has no power. Listen, Lusky, if you were to go look at that woman, Christy Martin. Go look at her highlights. Go look at her. See, people a lot of times, y'all, equate, because this is a corny generation where everybody think because you lose, that means you cannot fight. Or you, like Floyd started this nonsense. Whereas people are afraid. That's why Keyshawn Davis ducked Devin Haney. Think about this, Mrs. Sanford, Chad, Lusky. Picture this, Miss Julie. You're going to make more money than you ever made in your life. Yet, it's still not enough to fight a guy. Let me tell you, if you was a real fighter, what you would have said. Let me tell you, Christy Martin is her name, Lusky, white woman, the coal miner's daughter. You come back and tell me, had she and Clarissa been the same size, she would have did to Clarissa. You go look at her. Man, that white woman was knocking shit. Man, please. Anyway, y'all, what was I going with this, y'all? Lucy, I got sidetracked just then. Y'all know how the beats do. What was I talking about, y'all? Y'all get me back on track. What was I talking about before I started to address Lucy? Was it let's see. Yes, I agree. She's average. Too much, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, they have to, a lot of times, y'all, these people have to talk themselves. They got to talk us into something. You know what I'm saying? These fighters today, y'all want to talk. Oh, yeah. The Devin Haney thing. Thank y'all. The Devin Haney. It was me. The Devin Haney, Keyshawn Johnson Davis fight. Now, here's what this mark. Here's why I say Keyshawn Davis ducked him. Yeah, duck, goose. Because I've seen him have a lot of mouth. And I see him on the internet always boxing some guy that don't really box in there showing off. Devin Haney wanted to smoke. They put over $2 million on the table. And he said no to that money. And people blackmail, he bet on himself. And you niggas is so dumb. Some of you niggas is just so dumb. Hey, Lusky, I swear to God, listen, man, some of our people are the dumbest people I've ever seen. Some of y'all are the dumbest niggas in the history of niggas. You think that it's okay for him to turn down life-changing money because he didn't get, well, you're not the A side, bro. So what you do is you go in there, you take the bread, you go in there and beat him if you can. Now all of a sudden, that's when you really him. He didn't do that, y'all. He ducked the fight. He don't believe he could have beat. Stop that. Come on, get some socks. What? You got attitude? No. Puppy, stop. What are you talking about? What, pup? What, puppy? What's wrong? Let me see. Yes, he had his opportunity. Devin Haney wanted to smoke. Keyshawn ducked him. You know you're the weak generation when you ducking Devin Haney. Stop, Gizmo. Devin Haney ain't even gonna knock your block off. Devin Haney's a really good boxer, but he ain't gonna knock your block off. You ducked him. And you can say what you want to say. You ducked that man. You duck goose, Mark. Duck goose. Here, take him. So, nope. No. No? Okay, excuse me then. Don't push it. This is the generation, y'all, we in. Where guys can duck a guy and then tell us that they still great. And then come up with all sorts of excuses why they didn't want to fight. Oh, they didn't have that money right. Bro. They offered you more. You didn't take it. Then the price went down. That's the way it goes. Bro, you don't want, yesterday's price ain't today's price. But it was still more money you ever made in your life. You take the money, you go in there, you know what? I know it's not, might not be, let me go in here and smoke you. And then now I change. Yeah, you ain't want that, bro. You ducked it. Stop saying you ducked. Yes, Tinkum Bud. You want some cereal? You want some Cereals? She's so bossy, Chad. Please. Oh my, please. You take them. You're welcome. Miss Schuber say good morning, Gizmo. Yes. But like I said, there's nobody in the division. Y'all listen. Listen. Wait till you see this girl Chrissy Martin. When y'all will see the girl Chrissy Martin. When you see her highlights, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, y'all, like a lot of people, they trying to talk us into being great. They trying to talk us into. You can't talk your way into greatness. You want to show you got to do your talking with these. And so a lot of times these people, but yeah, Keyshawn Davis definitely ducked that. He definitely ducked it. Definitely ducked it. But y'all, I want to make this very clear. Why they always want to position black men in the position they position us in? Because you continuously get black men to see themselves not as men. And you continuously get them to do these humiliation tactics, these humiliation rituals, where we put ourselves out there to be embarrassed and be mocked, right? All for shekels, for money. Then what does that say about us? We need to tie ourselves to something much, much, much deeper. It can't all be about money. Don't call me I'm not your Shout out to my brother Green. Green hit you up yesterday. Shout out to my brother Green. Mean Green. Tell me, shoot. Yes, I'm ready for the real boxing to come back. Not this. You have to fight. Not, let me see. Not this. You have to fight the best to beat the simple. Yes. Yes, you have to fight. Yes. Yes, that was the area. You know what I'm saying? You had to show somebody something. You couldn't just talk your way into a belt. You couldn't talk your way into greatness. You had to show it. You had to fight. You had to fight. You couldn't circumvent fighters in order to get around them, in order to and keep belts that you don't truly like. You had to, like, you were forced to unify. You couldn't just sit back and hold a WBO belt and claim that you was a world champion for 10 years and never meet the guy who got the other two. Right? Now, no, in order to be the champ, you need you need all three. Well, all four. WBA, WBC, WBO, and IBF. Undisputed in your weight class. IBF is the weakest of the three. WBO, the WBA, and WBC are the biggest sanctioning bodies. Yeah, that's all right, Mark. Just make sure you get it right. It's got OG Kicks. No, Mark, I'm just gonna get you timed out. Kicks. Get the new Wolverine game. I'm a grown man, nigga. I don't play no game, man. Shit for corny niggas. I look like sitting around playing a game. Kicks 10 minutes. But yes. Yeah, come back and make 10 minutes, Mark. Yes, Miss Jasmine. I love the sport. Listen to me. I love the sport. Listen, let me tell you how watered down the sport is, Miss Schubert. I want you to know how watered down the sport is. Well, I was a huge supporter of Tank, man. But who wasn't, right? He had what some people believe his first loss against Roach. A lot of people believe he lost that fight. I'm one of them. Do you know that there was a time when they would have geared that thing up? Less than 6 months later, oh man, I need to run that back, man, to make amends for that. Do you know they never fought again? And it wasn't Roach's fault. These guys are so afraid to lose. That is sickening to me. You're so afraid to lose. Every great fighter, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. People don't know this. I don't really truly bring it up. Tommy Hearns would have smoked all of these guys in this division. They could not stand up to his at 6'1" and 140, 147. He would have listened. I know a lot of y'all don't know, like you don't really truly understand what type of dynamite he had in his hands. You really truly don't, because y'all see Floyd and y'all just think that he defensive wizardry and this, that, that. Man, listen, man. Listen. These guys fought everybody. These guys fought everybody. There was nobody that it wasn't no, we're not fighting. It wasn't no, none of that. And these guys all have losses. Y'all, that happens. The greatest fighters of all time have losses. That's part of it. You let history record it. This ducking and, not giving us fights when we want to see them. This has never been done in the history of fighting, y'all. It's never been done. It has never been done. I did see that. I did see that, Kicks. I did see that. Glad to see him leave. It's time. Left a lot of meat on the table. You know what I mean? If he would have developed a better jump shot, I think he would have did a whole lot better. I think most people, believe that. Real careless with the bat. His hands it's like his hands in the ball always. His turnovers used to be through the roof. It's like he never played the game from a cerebral level. It was always go, 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 go. Never, okay, I don't have to use my athleticism, I can use my mind. Great physical player. But that got him what? Nothing. Well, it got him paid. But yeah, I'm glad to see that he stepped away. You know what I mean? And, he's not, what? Hell, he was still athletic, y'all. They did some stat, y'all. I looked it up, y'all. He had 38 triple doubles for the Washington Wizards at the end of his career. That shattered the record. You know what I'm saying, for them? So, but once again, y'all, the high usage rate, we kept the ball in his hands. Time for him to step away, but I'm glad to see him step away. I never liked, y'all, how he got all the blame for what happened in LA. And I blame a lot of that on LeBron. LeBron wanted him there, y'all. Y'all don't notice. They had a deal on the table for Buddy Hield. Rob Pelinka and them had a deal on the table for Buddy Hield. LeBron said no, he brought him in. And then when things didn't go right, he let him take the fall. Instead of saying, hey, man, that's the one thing I don't like. Well, a lot of people think. I think LeBron's a great player, but I never liked that, y'all. I never liked how when everything goes wrong, it's always somebody else's fault. I never liked that. It's always somebody else's fault with him. It's all like he sit back and let other people take the fall when they lose. I hate that. It ain't like he said, man, this ain't Russ' fault. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work. Like, he'll sit back. Russ was getting clowned all the time, but it was always his fault. Hell, LeBron brought him there. He knew what he wanted. He knew what type of player he was. I hate that. Jonathan Schubert, yes, I thought you were supposed to win, lose some, dish it out, ass beats. If you can't take the hit, and that's the music industry too. Yes, Miss Hubert, that's part of life. Russ was absolutely the fall guy. And I never liked that. I never liked that. This season of boxing is soft beats. Yes, it is. Shout out to Expert. Please capitalize that beat in beats. But yes, you're 100% right. These guys will figure out any type of way to get around a fight. Bro, what you trying to get around the fight for? Hey, that's the guy. That's the number one contender. That's the number 3 contender. That's him. Go fight him. Because social media, y'all, they're so worried about their social media following. If you lose, then it's like you're a bum now. Like, social media has everybody programmed to if you lose, then all of a sudden you don't matter anymore. Give him a chance to fix it up, Expert. I mean, he's new. Give a chance. Give him. Stall him out. Kick. Stall him out. Shout out to my dog. OG Kicks. OG, yes, the Hitman, Thomas Hitman Hearns. Yeah. Tell me to knock your block off. That's how half the world is. No accountability at all. It's exhausting dealing with people. Yes, it is, Miss Sheba. That's why we must continue to forge forward. That's why we don't. That's why the beast don't listen to nobody but my creator. I don't care nothing about what nobody's saying. You don't have to like it, Mark. I'm gonna dish it to you. You can do what you want to do with it. It ain't got nothing to do with me, but I bet you gonna get it. That's why everything is watered down. It's no more genuine character. No, Miss Sanford, because people don't want you to see them in their most vulnerable moments. People don't want you to see them in their most vulnerable moments. They don't want you to see. That's why I let y'all see what goes into the sauce with me. I want all these black men that are under the sound of my voice to see what I went through, to see. I don't want to run from none of it because I want them to see what it's going to take in order to be what you truly wish to be. You have to have the cahoon, the ball of a lion, and be a little stupid, a tad of stupidity. Yes, my dog kicks their street. Kicks figures kicks like this. Kicks, put it on the side. You already on it. Kicks, put it on the side. That's what she, yes, Miss Jack. See, you can always see. I want y'all to know something. People say when you rich, that reveals you. Like being up really truly reveals your character. How do you handle adversity? How do you handle difficulty? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with difficult times? How do you deal with turbulence? How do you deal with pressure? How do you deal with when the lights are out? When the lights get cut out? How do you deal with eviction notices?
Let's check what we got now.
Your children need food in their stomach. Gas is off. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? That's why I'm here. You black men gonna know. You black men gonna learn, or you gonna block me because you're gonna hate me. Because I'm gonna stay in your face with you. You don't have no choice. Because I leave you no options. Beast. Yeah, Kicks. Kicks, that was Kicks, I'll tell you something, Kicks. Hey, listen. Yeah, Kicks, that $2.5 billion flip that they just sold it because they just sold it and they resold it again. My guess is they see something coming down the pipe. It's something real nefarious going on there. It's something real nefarious going on there. They said, according to the reports, Kicks, they said that it sold in 3 days. Kicks, most of y'all who done bought houses know it take longer than that. You can try to buy a house, it's gonna take 2 to 3 months. It's mad paperwork. So you mean to tell me you was able to do that in you was able to do it? So it take me 3 months to buy a house. If that's what I'm saying. But you can buy the Lakers in 3 days. Yeah, all right. It's gonna be some stuff coming on. It's some real nefarious going on behind the scenes with that Lakers organization. I think my man was trying to dump that joker real quick. You know what I'm saying? For them people got up on him. There's something going on with them. It's something to that for sure. Nobody buys the Lakers just to sell them. Like, that's a cornerstone. Like he said, Beast. That's $2.5 billion, bro. When you got that type of money, them people ain't interested in the money. They interested in the legacy. They interested in what I'm saying, what's to come. The Buss family just got tired of dealing because that was their daddy's passion. And the brothers and the sisters couldn't agree and stuff like that. Like, let's get rid of this thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with this no more. Jeannie and the brother. She got a brother. I forget the brother's name. I think she got 2 brothers. They're like, man, let us get ours, man. You know, we don't care about this. Daddy gone. This was his passion. I want mine. I'm out. They know earthquake about to hit LA. Yes, and I'm always show y'all when times are tough. That's when I get tough. I will always rise above the moment. Every time. Shout out to Miss Apple. Sure does. And sell a home. Sure does. And sell homes and pocket deals, meaning cash deals, which is the quickest form of transaction. That's not that quick. Shout out to Miss Sanford. Sanford agrees. I'm sure you and your husband have bought a home, Mrs. Sanford. Probably several. Y'all know, listen, this thing is not, it's not just something that just happens overnight. You don't get to buy the Lakers in 3 days. Hey man, I think it's a good idea to buy the Lakers on Sunday, and then all of a sudden my Wednesday night is done. No. My Wednesday morning, no. They're reporting it at first things first, at 5 o'clock. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I've been in real estate since before COVID, and you all right, sir. Miss Ever, I think that people think that everybody's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like these things take time. These things take time. Even once Miss Sanford and I shake hands, there's still a process that has to take time. Where before the deed can actually be transferred over, and it's like, okay, hey, this is official now. You know what I'm saying? There may be some sort of a handshake deal, you know what I'm saying, or a wink between you and I, but it's still a process for the paperwork to come through. There's no way you can get something done this fast. You know what I'm saying? There's no way, unless they wanted it done because hey, let me get my $2.5 billion. Let me get up out of here. I don't flip my, you know what I'm saying? Something Miss Sanford. Everybody wants microwave popcorn today. Everybody wants microwave everything. Shout out to Miss Sanford. She is right. Miss Sanford is 1,000% right. And guess what I teach my daughter? Miss Sanford, we don't do microwave. Funny you said that. We don't do microwave. I want you to know something. This is what we do here. It's okay, leave him here. That's all right. That's okay, Moose Moose. We appreciate it anyway. It may not be better than yours, but we appreciate it nonetheless. See? We make our popcorn. We're not looking for microwave results. We're not looking for microwave results. Very important. It's funny you brought that up, Mrs. Sam, because that's one of the one things I want my daughter to understand. It's going to take time. Things take time. Things take time, and don't be afraid to understand that there's a process to things. There's a process that goes into things. And don't try to circumvent the process. Don't try to rush the process. Everybody knows that real cooking, things take time. Meats, they have to stew. The tendons have to break down. They have to be cooked. Tough meat has to be cooked low and slow. That's how you break down the tendons. You cannot cook oxtails fast. It's no way. It's not possible. Not you gonna have it. Am I lying, missing? What you gonna make an oxtail in 20 minutes? 30 minutes? No, you won't. An hour? No, you won't. 2 hours? No, you won't. Not if you want a good product. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. And you have to be okay with that. It takes time. Y'all, things take time. Stop trying to rush the process. All you do is show up every day. And what happens is you put together those times, and then all of a sudden, when it's a new time, when all of a sudden what you do is those that work that you put in. Y'all, right now I'm in the process of rebuilding my frame. I'm gonna rebuild my frame in that basement. I was down there last night. Some nights y'all will see, some nights y'all won't. Depending on, you know what I'm saying? But I'm rebuilding myself. I'm gonna turn back into the beast, man. And they thought I was. Wait till you see what I turn into in a minute. I already see it. I already see it because I see the way my body is responding to the difficulty. It's never went anywhere. It's never went anywhere. Even in my advanced age in 46, I'm still more of a man than most of you niggas will ever be. And I put in so much work previously that I can live off a little bit of residuals. Shout out to Lovely Fancy. Lovely Fancy's in out. Fancy Fancy's in out. Fancy said good morning, take a bite. Sorry, take a bite. Yeah. You want to say hi, Pumpkin? Shout out to Miss Sanford. Never. We tend to appreciate the things that we had to wait on and anticipate. Seems to value less things that instantly and easily come to us. Yes. Stop trying to microwave your lives, Mark. No microwave. Cook it, Mark. Cook it. She said. Y'all, why is another earring missing? Y'all, these earrings. Y'all don't want to know something? This is one of the most frustrating things that, y'all, out of all the things that have happened, these earrings have been one of the most frustrating part. And it's always just one. Another earring is missing. It's another set of earrings gone. It's like it's just going down the drain. I swear to God. Y'all, I put these things on. I make sure they're tight, and then all of a sudden, it's like the little screw bag. I got the ball. First, it was the pushbacks. Then it was the problem with those. Then it was the clips. Then it was the problem with those. Then it was these little balls I found. I did them all, Miss Sanford. I did them all. You know what, Miss Sanford? Ever since I went away from her original piercing earrings, the earrings that she first had, I should have just stuck with them. Ever since I went away from them, ever since I put the Mickey Mouse earrings in, I've had nothing but problems. This girl she's been through about 7 pairs of earrings. Oh, you too, Miss Sam? Okay, so it's not, okay. I think I may just, I don't think I'm going to spend any more money on them. I think what I'm going to do is just I got the little cheap ones, the ones that are not real, the little hoops. I think I'll just put them back because it just don't make no sense. I can't take it no more. I can't take it no lie. Want some milk, Tinker? You ain't tell me nothing fancy. Watch your mouth, you be timed out. Kicks will get you. OG Kicks. I had OG Kicks put his foot in your bottom. I should have left the original ones in. You didn't tell me that fancy. You didn't tell me nothing. That's what I should have done, though. Plus, when you grind and work hard or something. Yes, Miss Jasmine. Nothing solidifies the soul like that what your man does for himself. Because nobody can then, because here's the thing, you don't want to give people the opportunity to be able to say, hey, I made him. Because they can say they make you, then they can what? Also break you. Right? Yeah, fans talking about fancy. She told me something. You ain't told no beast nothing. That's why you ain't getting none of this popcorn, fans. And you running your mouth. Somebody put mouth in the chat.
The shark family is not at home. Huh? Where are they? Baby shark, where are you?
Greatness takes time.
Where did everyone go?
Fancy, I was doing it. This video of Fancy initially was about Mike Tyson and why he was comfortable coming out with his tail fell out, with his backside out. Why? I want y'all to know that this race to feminize us as black men and this race to make us look bad. There is an epidemic of black men that have been feminized, and the goal is to be able to make us all accepted in totality, thus putting us perpetually behind our women. No other man on the planet has these problems. But you see, Green, because he's a masculine black man, or what we consider masculine, we'll accept it. But that's Mike Tyson, dog. How you gonna talk about Mike Tyson? Do you think Mike Tyson is beyond reproach? You think Mike Tyson is beyond reproach? You think Mike Tyson is beyond? If he was, then he wouldn't have his ass out.
Correct. It's me, Daddy Shark.
There's only one black man I can think of that can get away with that. That got away with that. That's Prince. He's an entertainer, right? That's part of that whole, rock star or whatever. Right? But they used him. They used Mike. And he did it in the ring with a white boy too. You never should have been in the ring with him to begin with. He hadn't earned the right to be in the ring with him. Well, because Mike needed money. They pushed it. These people are diabolical, man. And this race to make black men look bad, it's gonna stop. Because I'm gonna call it every time I see it. Especially with what's coming. Ooh, if only y'all knew what was coming. I feel like saying more, but I don't want to ruin the surprise. I like saying that.
It was you, Starfish.
Shout out to Best Chat on YouTube, y'all. I got some things I need to do. Thank y'all for being here with the Beast.
Now let's find Grandma Shark.
Appreciate y'all so much.
Ever seen Grandma Shark?
Yes, Miss Sanford. Anything in order, yes.
Have you ever seen Grandma Shark? Orange-tailed Grandma Shark. There are two
Let's get some more talking about. Have you ever seen the shark?
One is by Fintail.
I don't want to talk about no sharks.
Which one?
Pick Rose, add that to the things I hate. Sharks. Shout out to the Best Chat on YouTube. Thank everybody so much for being in here with Undisputed King of Black Masculinity. You know what it is. You know who I am. Beast. Until next time, I'll be in touch. Got to make sure things is up